Hi, you guys. Excuse me. So, I'm going to introduce you to my 3 Miltoniopsis that I got March 16th. I'll show you on camera in a minute on my camera. Yeah, but I think it was March 16th of this year. I'm trying Miltoniopsis for the second time. I've only ever bought one, and that one did happen to be Morris Chestnut, which I found again, but the one I found is version H171 or something. I don't know, it sounds like H1N1, which sounds horrible. I don't know why they did that, but anyway, yeah, so I'm trying Miltoniopsis. I only tried one before and it died very quickly. I got it from Trader Joe's. I don't remember how good of a condition it was in the first place. These three I got for $5 a piece at Franklin Park Conservatory here in Columbus, Ohio. Had a retired orchid sale where they basically just get rid of stuff that they had on display throughout the year. And yeah, they were $5 a piece. I got 3 of them. And so what I'm going to do now is, while I water them, I'm going to talk about them. And really, there's only one to talk about, which is this one. This is, I don't want to pull this tag out, the whole tag, but this is Miltoniopsis Renee Komoda Pacific Clouds. And this one is doing the best by far. It, McDonald's cup. Not promoting it. It is the only one. It just started producing new roots. Like I said, I've had them over a month. I do think they are supposed to be watered with RO water, but I don't have an RO system. I do have a dehumidifier, so I use water from that on occasion. But I've also been using tap water, and so far it seems fine. I haven't tested my tap water or anything, so I've showed my mounts before in previous videos, where I'm trying the moss on the back. And this is all the roots that it came with. And I just left them on. I really can't tell if they're good or bad. But anyway, let me show you the new roots that it is starting. Maybe I should have done that before I watered, but I was hoping they would show up better. So yeah, you can see like a few up in there, maybe over there. So yeah, what I wanted to say is, oh, it has a spike growing. Now that spike may have been like down in here when I got it. It wasn't there for a couple of weeks. But you know, it may have been in its embryo stage. Like it might have already decided to start making that spike at the time of purchase. I don't know. But it has progressed and grown well. And I thought I had damaged it because this leaf was kind of kinked over and flipped. But I guess that's how it's supposed to be at the top. I don't know. Anyway, let me try not to make this video too long. What I did find on the internet as far as this one is that it's a intermediate to warm growing Miltoniopsis in comparison with the other two. This one has taken right off. I don't know if that's because of the stage it was already at when I purchased it or not, but it's the one, it's the only one that's growing new roots. It's the only one the leaves don't get sunburned or floppy when I'm trying them out in different locations. I know they're not high light plants, they are low light plants. But on cloudy days, I would try them where it's just kind of bright light and it's cloudy and cool here a lot in Columbus. So I thought I could keep them out. Now, this one's fine with it. It did not work so well with the one of the others I'm going to show you. And then the Miltoniopsis Moorish Chestnut has done literally nothing. It looks exactly the same as when I got it. So yeah, I wanted to recommend this one, and I wasn't really sure about getting it. Wasn't sure I needed any more white blooms in my collection, but I also wasn't sure I needed any Miltoniopsis in my collection. So anyway, it is a white bloom with a yellow center and I think a bit of pink. I'll have to wait till it actually blooms to be for sure. But that's what I see on the internet. And yeah, it's done well so far in my environment. My environment is still pretty cool, but it has warmed up on quite a few days since I've had it. And it's the first one putting out roots. I just recommend this particular Miltoniopsis if you want to try a Miltoniopsis. That's all I'm going to say for now. And I'm using my wine rack. You've seen it before if you've watched previous videos. I'm using it as a drip thing. It's standing up right now instead of laying down like you saw it before. And yeah, that's where I'm placing those. So we'll do the second one that has had no change. And it is a smaller one, and it did come with less of a root system. This is Miltoniopsis Moorish Chestnut, and I saw the H on, when I look for this, it should be a H right there. But yeah, in 171. All these tags say Kalpana Tropicals, hope I'm saying that right. And I think I was on their website. Also, I think it was Akasuka orchids. Like a lot of the orchids I got at the retired orchid sale, I see on Akasuka's website. So yeah, this is my second Miltoniopsis. This is Moorish Chestnut. I think it's going to be pink and red from the pictures. Pink with like a red waterfall, maybe a pinky purple. And this one, the damage was already there. I can say it doesn't mind about the light also. It hasn't gotten any sunburn when I put it out on, like I said, bright cloudy days. I don't know. I think I do see it's branching a root, but you will never ever see that little, well, maybe you will. That little thing poking out, that was not there. So yeah, it's doing good, as it hasn't shrunken any pseudobulbs and it hasn't gotten any worse looking. It's just cosmetic damage really, and just waiting on roots, and it doesn't mind the bright light and the conditions I have. I just water them after because I didn't have in mind what I wanted to say, I guess, and I don't want to repeat film. Anyway, and this one, this is the this is the one, this is the true Miltoniopsis right here. It did not like the cloudy bright days. It is sunburnt. It's a lot of its leaves just flopped over. And this one is, it was pretty much the biggest one. It has kind of like a climbing rhizome. There's a rhizome up in here. There's a small bulb that I should have taken out that I didn't, that's now rotted back there. But because it's on a mount, it should be fine. they're responding to the mount well, but I'm watering them. I water them every morning. And on days when it's warm outside and I'm outside doing stuff anyway, I'll just like continuously come through and mist them, like with the Vandas. But not where the Vandas are. They'll be somewhere. Sometimes they'll be in the house and I'll just go in and mist them, or they'll be somewhere shaded outside and I'll go and mist them continuously throughout the day. So yeah, this one has a lot of leaf damage that wasn't there when I bought it. This is from me taking outside. And this one is Patricia. I know you can't see that, but it says Patricia Marie Linares Mauna Loa. I'm not Hawaiian. I'm probably not saying that right. So yeah, I would say this variety is a true Miltoniopsis. I don't remember. I think it had like pink and dark purple, some white. I don't know. Colors I like, pinks and purples. And it's still not putting out any new roots. It has these 2 new growths, and I think so does Renee Komoda, but only one of them is blooming. Now this new growth right here, it hasn't formed a pseudobulb, but if you can see, it looks like it's starting a new growth here. And if you can see that one, I'm trying to move my finger around, back up in there, they do look like they've moved ever so slightly. Could be my imagination. So yeah, my new Miltoniopsis, my second go at it, I would recommend the Patricia Marie Linares. Now that's not to say this one I would just treat way more like a regular Miltoniopsis. The mounting is working for me so far, so keep in contact with my videos to see how that goes, because if they die, I definitely will make a video and say so. And I usually don't let them dry out this much as they appeared today. I try to keep it constantly moist, consistently moist. Sometimes I let the front roots dry out if the moss on the back is still very soaked and I can see that it's transferring over to the wood. But once that moss starts to dry and the wood is all the way dry looking, yeah, I definitely water. But if there's still a good amount of humidity, I don't worry so much if these roots have dried out. Now this is something I'm trying, like I said, my second go around. And I know I said it plenty of times, but I'll say it one more time. Miltoniopsis Renee Komoda. It's not a very busy or flashy bloom. It's soft and pretty, white bloom with a little bit of yellow in the center and like a pink blush. But look it up. It says it's an intermediate to warm grower, and so far it's proved, out of the 3 that I'm trying, it's proved to be the most progressive. So wow, that was really long to say that. Thanks for watching. Bye.